This episode is proudly sponsored by BP Me Rewards. Welcome to Soccer A to ZZ, the Q&Q edition. The Q stands for, Joe?
Quest.
No, quiz. And the second Q stands for, Robbie?
Quiz.
The questions, yes. It's the quiz and questions. It's a quick quiz and quality questions edition of Soccer A to Z. Helen, have you got any questions? Well, by the way, we want you to write in with the questions. They can be about us, Soccer M, us. You could ask, I don't know, Helen about her farm, or they could be about football. Helen.
It's a small holding, Tim. It's a small holding.
Is it not a farm?
A small holding.
What's the first question?
So, Dave Payne on Twitter. It's Twitter, by the way, isn't it? We're never going with X, are we? It's all Twitter.
Well, it depends. They've got a lot of money. We'll go X if they want to invest. I'm going X with Elon.
Right. Dave Payne on Twitter
X
says, did you ever have a guest that didn't make the show? So kind of got taken in by the hotel bar the night before, maybe, because we did used to get the players down, didn't we, and put them up in a hotel just along the A4 and book a car for them in the morning to get them to the studio. So did a guest ever not make it?
I've got a brilliant one on that. We booked once. We decided to book the whole of So Solid crew. Do you remember how many?
It was 3 were going to be coming on.
No, we were booking them all, and 3 turned up.
One turned up.
No, 3 turned up. Harvey, Lisa Mafia, and Asher D turned up.
Nah, only Harvey.
Only Harvey turned up. Mega Man didn't turn up.
Mega Man didn't turn up.
Someone else didn't turn up.
I thought
I was in the gallery at the time. I remember. I was dealing with it.
Yeah.
God, I tell you what. If you're listening, my memory is absolutely shot. I thought we booked them all, and only 3 of them turned up.
No.
How could we fit them all on the sofa?
Because that was what was going to be funny. I thought
we got all of Scaldy Looking Shane on. There's about 10 of them. They all
Scaldy Looking Shane. Yeah, they were good fun, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, only MC Harvey turned up.
Yeah, Harvey's the only one.
And what didn't they all like? Wasn't one of them said that that we got a message through? The cab driver said whoever he was taking said we just stopped off at a petrol station. He's got
that was Pete Doherty.
No,
it was.
Tell us that.
So we booked Pete and Carl from the Libertines.
Yeah,
and Pete loves QPR fan, loves football. Carl didn't know anything about football. They stopped off. Pete wanted to get cigarettes, just got out of the car and ran away. And Carl just stayed in the car, got driven here, and just turned up. So
we just had Carl.
Carl's like, I don't know anything about football. Pete ran away.
Do you remember when we had Carl and Dids turn up from Cooper Temple?
Spat milk at you.
They spat milk at me. Yeah, we had Noel Gallagher on and they were drunk. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That was really funny. Do you remember any guests not turning up, Joe?
The bloke from Snow Patrol didn't turn up twice.
Gary Lightbody.
Yeah, didn't turn up twice.
Well, they cancelled the night before, didn't they?
I know they didn't turn up. Yeah, they just cancelled. He's a nice bloke, though. I like him.
Right. I've never met him.
Oh, it's lovely. He's been on Sunday Brunch, show I do on Sundays, Joe. You should watch it. It's really good.
David Hay, the boxer, he didn't not show up, but we'd book him and say your call time is 7:30, and he'd say no, my call time is when I wake up and get there.
He's going to argue with him.
Yeah, lives life
and
by his own rules.
What happened?
The grime
used to have his interview used to be just floating, so it'd be whenever he arrives. They just go, right, David Hayes here, and we'd go to a commercial break, and then he'd be in next. Sometimes he'd be first guest, sometimes he'd be last guest. And we never argued with him. He'd just say, I get there when I get there. I refuse to set my alarm.
Yeah, I'm not really having that. I don't like that. But the grime artist, Wiley.
Yeah.
We booked him.
Yeah.
Didn't turn up. And then we phoned up and said, why are you not coming? He said, I don't do mornings.
Have you got another question, Helen?
I have. This comes from Jason Lee. That Jason Lee? Same on Twitter. Has come through on Twitter. What do you love most about lower league / non-league football? Now, I'm assuming this might be for me, but have any of you guys is there anything that you love about lower league, non-league football?
Yeah. I love the authenticity of it. It's just brilliant.
Sorry, I'm just looking at Joe's face, and I love the authenticity in your voice there, your facial expressions, as in your sarcasm.
No, it's just brilliant. It's just how football should be. It's just there's no VAR. And it's just proper football, how it always was and how it always should be.
I used to have a season ticket for Sittingbourne when I was a teenager. And I used to go along to every game, obviously. But I liked that you just could speak to the players afterwards and because they just go to the pub.
Yeah.
They go to the bar afterwards, just go and chat to them. You had a good game. Jimmy Case joined for a few games. Just go and talk to Jimmy Case after the match.
What I like about it is it actually means something to the town.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. So with the Premier League, it maybe not so much, but you know, if you get a good cup
Proper
run,
passion.
yeah, you can get some passion everyone on the church. What about you, Helen?
My take on it is everything, the whole experience of lower league and non-league football, the whole experience is better apart from the football.
Yeah.
So getting to the ground, parking, as you say, just accessibility. You can holler at players taking corners and they hear you. You can take your dog to non-league football. Just all of that experience. They still do a 50-50 draw at half-time for 300 quid or whatever.
I remember going to Brentford Torquay with you and you started talking to the goalie. It was just, I think...
Andy Woodman.
Yeah, you started calling out his name and he turned around and waved. I thought, that's a bit weird.
And that all started at Northampton Town.
Cobblers.
No, it's true. It was his debut. We all had it when you'd buy a programme. We all know he was on the front page about it. Welcome our new goalkeeper, Andy Woodman, making his debut today. And we were, 6 feet behind the goal and went, brilliant. We're going to give him a really good welcome here. And we just gave him shit the entire game. We just shouted, oi, Woody and stuff. And he turned around, he clocked me and he put his thumb up. And then ever since then, whatever club he moved to, I would shout, oi, Woody! And he'd give me a wave, turn around, even if he couldn't see me, I was middle of the crowd or something. It went on for years.
Yeah. Right. More questions in a minute, but there is another Q in the Q and Q. What does the other Q stand for, Tubes?
Quizzical.
Quiz. No, just the quiz. And it's actually called the Unfair Football Quiz. So shall I introduce it and do it?
Why is it unfair?
Well, because football's not fair, Joe. Welcome to the Unfair Football Quiz. I've written a script because I've got to get the rules and laws right. It is unfair because football is unfair. Money and stuff, bad decisions and stuff, location and stuff, and injuries and stuff. Anyway, before I tell you, that's the unfair bit, by the way.
Can we afford a script writer?
The main show is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, before I tell you about the quiz, let's meet our two competing legends. First up, our first legend is Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, guys. You all right?
The interesting fact about Ryan is he is called Ryan after Ryan Giggs. Is that true, Ryan?
That is right, yeah. Just the first name. My brother actually got the full whack of Lee Martin, so he's actually Lee Martin Booty. And my sister's called Eric Jemba Jemba.
Great gag. And what do you do? What do you do, Ryan?
I work in finance for a pensions firm, so your listening viewers have just dropped massively and they've all probably fallen asleep.
Any questions on that?
My favourite pension provider is Vanguard.
Vanguard, okay, there you go. And you support Man United, as we said. Yep. You live in Chelmsford. Where's a good night out in Chelmsford?
That's a good question. It's changed quite. It's just a lot of food places now, to be honest, in Chelmsford. If you want a good place to eat, then that's the place to be. But there's a place called Bar and Beyond, which isn't bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do you play football yourself? What position are you on a pitch?
I used to play left wing. So
number 11.
Yeah, tricky.
Number 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you think United are doing this season?
Yeah, pretty bad, Tim.
About as good as Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. It's not bad. Right, let's meet the person you're playing against. Next up is the legend that is Macca. Morning Macca, or afternoon Macca, or evening Macca. How are you, Macca?
Good morning. Very well.
Hello, Macca.
Macca, it sounds like a Brazilian striker.
Oh, what position did you play in football? Do you play?
I used to play, Tim. I was a centre half.
He looks like a centre half.
Tim, ask him why he doesn't play anymore.
Why don't you play anymore?
Because I broke my tib and fib back end of last season.
How?
Yes, tackle.
Nasty tackle.
Nasty tackle.
Are you all right now?
It was 4 months ago. So, yeah.
Did you win the ball?
Be able to walk. They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus my leg.
What do you do for a living, Macca?
I work in IT for a US software provider.
Okay.
So extremely boring.
Okay. And you're from Derby. You're a Derby County fan. Where's a good night out in Derby? Where should we be going when we come up there?
Nottingham.
And how do you think Derby are doing this season?
Extremely well. We've got back into the champ. This team is likeable. That's what I'm going to say to them now. Extremely likeable. He's got a good set of players now that are just working for him. So, yeah.
That's what you want, isn't it? As I keep saying to everyone, it's not about winning. It's about supporting something. You've got to buy into whatever the...
Believe in it.
Yeah,
believe in the product.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, do you remember that Chelsea team? We never won anything with the old Vialli. We won the cup in the end, but in 97. But before that, it was just
Damn
great.
rescue.
Yeah, but...
Talk about Derby. Do you remember Paolo One Chop?
There's only one.
That goal at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Right, do you want to know the laws of the games, Ryan and Macca?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, there are 11 questions, as that's how many players there are in a football team. One of you will get 6 questions and one of you will get only 5. It is unfair, but as we all know, football is unfair. This week, Ryan will start and have 6 questions as his club has more money.
It really is unfair, isn't it?
This is not fair, but as we all know, football is not fair. There is something else too. All the gang are sitting here and you may ask one of them for help on an answer, but you can only do this once. Today in the squad, you have Joe, you have Tubes, and you have Robbie. Okay, there are your 3 people you can ask. At the end of the quiz, there will be a penalty shootout. I would explain that when we get there. The prize you're playing for, well, you're both going to get a bucket hat as modelled here. We'll put this on our social media so you can see the bucket hat. But you're both going to get a new quality merch A to Z bucket hat, very 90s, as we started the 90s revival. Do you like this, guys? Do you like the bucket hat?
I do.
And you're both getting one of those for taking part, though you really are, what you're playing for is pride. Pride for your club. The loser will indeed be letting everyone they know down. So that's why you need to win this. Helen is keeping score and her word is final. Do you understand the laws of the game?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Okay, let's start with Ryan. Ryan, A is for Anfield. The Anfield sign in the tunnel is famous, but what does it say on it?
Well, being a Man United fan, probably will get this wrong, so I'll go, you'll never walk alone.
Oh, no. Of course it does say. Anyone want to do it?
This is Anfield.
This is Anfield. You have to touch it when you walk out. Yeah. Macca. A is for Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley are more famous for promoting a drink than football. What drink is it?
Milk.
Milk is correct. Yeah.
Correct.
Do you know what year that was? That milk marketing board was? Go on, have a guess. Have a guess. What year do you think it is?
85.
86.
89.
Oh,
it was that late?
Really?
Yeah.
What was it?
All right, Ryan.
89.
89. Yeah. A is for Arsenal. Arsenal had a team named the Invincibles. How many games were they undefeated for? Was it A, 29, B, 39, or C, 49? Ryan.
C49.
Correct.
Yes. That's unbelievable.
That is a long run, isn't it?
That's a long run, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Macca, your go. A is for athletic. Name at least 2 athletics in the EPL and SFL.
Charlton.
Correct.
Old.
No, that's correct. That's correct. Oldham is correct too, and you could have had Dunfermline. Ryan.
Yep.
A is for Albion. Name 2 of the 3 Albions.
West Brom.
Correct.
And not sure. Can I ask someone?
Yes. Which one do you want to ask? You've got Robbie, you've got Joe, and you've got Tubes.
Tubes, we'll go to you.
Tubes.
I've got this for you, mate. I've got this for you, Ryan. Burton.
Burton Albion, correct. Anyone know the third
Right.
one?
Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton and Hove Albion. That's the third one. So correct. Well done. Macca, A for Adidas. How many Premier League kits do they manufacture this season? A is for Adidas. How many do you think there are?
Oh, good question.
It's quite hard, this one, isn't it? It's not.
Is it not multiple choice?
Not really fair. No, this one's just straight
that
up.
is
Yeah,
this is unfair.
Yeah, straight up answer. Yeah, well, football's not fair. That's the thing.
In what, the Premier League?
Yeah, in the Premier League, how many kits do they do?
No idea.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to go 6.
Oh, do you know what? I feel so bad because that's so close, but it's actually 7. It's Arsenal, Villa, Fulham, Leicester, United, Newcastle, and Forest. So
That's a tough question, that.
A is for Addicts. Which team is nicknamed the Addicts? That is for you, obviously, Ryan.
That'd be Charlton.
Charlton, correct. Do you know why they're called the Addicts? You don't get an extra point, but does anyone know why?
Is it because it was near a fish market or something?
Yeah, there was fishmongers there located, and they used to have addict and chips, apparently. That's the addict's nickname was born. Something like that. Next one is for Macca. A for Alice. Alice the Eagle is the name of which club's mascot?
Palace.
Correct, yeah. Alice hangs out alongside Pete the Eagle. They have Alice the Eagle and Pete the Eagle.
Is it the actual fluffy bloke in a suit eagle?
Yeah.
It's not the actual eagle.
No, yeah, they have an eagle there as well, don't they?
Yeah. Does Benfica every other weekend?
Right, we're back to Ryan. Ryan, I'm looking for an A. Name the cult Colombian hero at Newcastle United in the 90s.
Aspria.
Exactly right. 6.7 million pounds from Parma.
You know, Asprilia.
And this one's for Macca. I'm again looking for another A. What is the name of the World Cup winning manager? The England World Cup manager. What is the name of the World Cup winning England manager? That's a better way of saying it.
Alf Ramsey.
Correct. So they've both, I believe, had 5 questions, which means we're down to our 6th question, which goes to Macca, which is not fair. But as we all know,
football is not fair.
Football is not fair.
You want to come to me for the scores so far and put a bit of drama in it, Tim?
All right, go on then. What is the score so far?
Well, drama it then.
Helen, what are the scores? I don't know how to do drama on this. Helen, what are the scores so far?
So Ryan got the first question wrong, so he's got 4. And Macca hasn't got any questions. Well, he's got 1 question wrong, but I've given him half a point because he said 6. You said my decision was final.
Can't give someone half a point. All right, okay.
It's unfair. Change the rules as you go.
But he's right. 6 is wrong.
6 is wrong.
6, not 7. 6 is wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Helen.
It was close.
So, well, you can't get close. Maths is it's a fact. It's not close.
You've given Helen too much power and she's drunk with it.
Am I in charge of scores or no?
No, not anymore. Right.
All right, it's 4 all then. It's 4 apiece.
4 all. Oh, so this really is unfair. Ryan, A for Aguero. Name the commentator who uttered that famous line, Aguero!
Martin Tyler.
Martin Tyler, yes. City beat QPR 3-2 in 2012. So at the moment, well, you can all tell because of the scores that Ryan is winning. However, football's not fair, so we're going to have a penalty shootout. Ooh. Okay, the way the penalty shootout works is I'm going to ask you a question, then you take it in turns to give answers, and then we just add them up until you stop, okay? So it's a penalty shootout. Are you ready for this, guys?
Yep.
Okay, name as many Allens as you can. I'm going to start with Ryan because it's unfair and Ryan can start. Ryan, an Allen.
Yep, Alan Shearer.
Good. Macca.
Alan Smith.
Which one?
Now that's cheating. This is unfair. I'll go Arsenal.
Arsenal. Okay, Arsenal. Okay, Ryan. What are you going for?
That would be Alan Smith of Leeds United, Man United, and Newcastle.
Like it.
Good. Macca.
Alan Stubbs.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? We're going to go on all day with this, aren't we?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Alan Hansen.
Oh, brilliant. That's good. Macca. Remember, you can ask one of the guys. You've still got that in your locker.
Oh, yeah. Go on then.
Who are you going to ask?
Tubes.
Tubes again. All right, Tubes, you're very popular. Another Alan.
Alan Brazil.
Oh, that's very good. Ryan?
Alan Ball.
Oh, that's good. That's good with his white boots. Macca?
Oh, here we go. Alan Hinton. Derby player from the 70s.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah, you are. Trust me, it's right.
Ryan, have you got one?
Alan Kennedy.
Yeah, oh, that's very good.
AK.
Great on
yeah,
Sunday,
it was
wasn't he?
lovely. Yeah, what top guy? Macca,
Oh, I think I'm done here.
you're done. Okay.
No, oh no. No, there is one. Alan Durbin. Again, a Derby player. You can check them.
Anyone verify these?
Check these. Check them.
Okay, well,
Hinton and Durbin.
we'll get someone checking that in the gallery whilst we go to Ryan. Ryan.
Alan Wright. Villa used to play for
Yes.
Villa.
Yes.
Oh,
Macca.
Great, Alan.
Are you out, Macca? I think he's out. I
that's
think
me
he's
done.
finished. He's finished.
I'm
so,
done.
So do we? As it's unfair, do we go back to Ryan and see if he's got one more in his locker?
Absolutely,
I think
it's
so.
unfair.
Ryan, have you got one more in your locker, Ryan?
Only one I can think of is Pardew. Alan Pardew.
Yeah, you can have Alan Pardew. It's anyone in
Yeah,
football,
that
so that works well. So, who you missed was who did we have here? We had Alan Sunderland, McAnally. Who else? We had Alan Sugar,
Joe Allen.
Joe Allen, Clive Allen, Martin Allen, Alan Devonshire.
Alan McGregor.
There was loads there, and people were shouting at their podcast machines,
Throwing their phones against the wall.
Yeah, that's it.
I really like that game. I really like that game.
Yeah.
Helen, what was the final score?
The final scores, Ryan scored 12, because I'm assuming we're still giving him the point for the extra Alan at the end, even though it was...
Yeah.
Yeah. And Macca scored 9.5.
Oh, Macca, you lost. But that's like how it works out in football. Ryan has more money. He has more questions. You know, it's just a bigger
Those more
club.
Allens.
I love my Allens.
Oh, thanks, guys, for joining us. Did you enjoy the quiz?
That's brilliant.
Brilliant, thanks.
Okay, we'll be sending you a bucket hat in the post, so wear it with pride. Send us a picture. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Thank you.
all.
Bye.
Cheers.
Brilliant. Helen, well, that was the cue for quiz. Have you got any more questions for us?
I have. I like this one. Navdeep Rahil on Twitter says, which current footballers do you think will make good pundits when they hang their boots up?
Pickford.
Great question.
I think Jack Grealish. I think
Grealish.
definitely
Grealish.
use
No
Jack
old
Grealish.
bard.
Grealish.
Yeah.
Grealish would be great because he'll just say, I love it. I love everything. I love it. He loved football so much, that guy.
Declan Rice will be a good pundit.
Yeah?
Yeah. Probably might go into
Agree.
management.
It's very hard to tell, though, because I would never have had Gary Neville as a good pundit when he was playing.
Chris Sutton.
Yeah.
I'd never had Chris Sutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
What,
not?
was he so miserable?
I thought Gary. I would have had Gary Neville.
No, I
as a
wouldn't
pundit.
have. No.
He's always, he was opinionated as a player, wasn't he?
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me, Gary Neville.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I've withdrawn my statement then.
Who's in the current England setup that would be good? Jude Bellingham. He'll be good.
Yeah.
He can talk a lot, can't he?
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Harry
Harry
Kane.
Kane, yeah, he'd have a good, put his point of view across well.
He'd be sat on match today
I
for
think he's
years,
going to
won't he?
manager.
Harry
Do
Kane,
you
manager.
think?
No.
No, I don't.
No, pundit.
What would you choose, right? If you're a player coming to the end of your career and you had media or you had manager, and you were like a Lineker or a Shearer or someone, you had that choice where you could go either way. Which
Well,
way?
some just don't want to leave the day-to-day, do they, of the training ground and the game.
But which way
itself
would
and
you
the
go?
changing
I'd go
room and-
100% media.
Really?
As a manager, you've got half a chance now to stay in a job for over a season.
Yeah.
Could be over. If
But
you
what if you end up like Klopp? That must be an amazing.
How many times does that happen?
But don't have faith in yourself, Tubes. You can do it. You can.
Back yourself.
I'd rather talk about football all day, every day,
Yeah.
and just not, less travel.
When I was younger, I'd pick manager. Now I reckon I'd pick media because I'm tired.
Yeah, it's a tough job these days. And also, the biggest problem with being a manager now is the emphasis has gone away from the team and onto the manager because there's so many substitutions. It's about your tactical brilliance rather than the players on the pitch. It's your fault, never theirs.
Plus, how much managing is a manager actually doing these days? Because up top half the time is telling you what
Your hands are tied, aren't they, upstairs?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What would you do, Tim?
Yeah.
Media.
Media.
I'm born for it. I'm going to be presenting the live football soon. You know that. Everyone knows. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows this is just a stepping stone into when I'm presenting the football on the television set.
Have you given yourself a cut-off date when this is not going to happen?
Yes.
What are you going to wear when you're doing it?
Suit.
Suit.
Yeah, suit. Yeah. It's going to be, if I have not done it by 2034, I will give up. Helen, what's your...
The dream's over. The dream's over.
Have you got another question, Helen?
Well, Mike, seeing as we're talking about whether people would be pundits or managers, media or manager, if you were a manager, would you be a tracksuit and baseball cap manager, or would you be a smart suit and
Suit.
shoes?
Suit.
Fancy dress.
Suit.
Each different costume each day.
What, Roman centurion?
Yeah, just one day I turn up as Mickey Mouse. You never know. Keep the dressing room afloat.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Tracksuit all day long for me.
Okay, Helen, have you got another question?
Yeah, I have. This is a Soccer AM related one. Chris Sharp says, on one of the episodes, why did guests, including Ian Holloway, walk out with a pint of milk in their hands?
That was due to the Milk Cup final, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid growing up, they would always drink milk at the end of the match, which I thought was really funny, and so that's why we brought it back, because we're trying to make the cup. Did we do that every week, or did we only do it every now and then?
Final day.
Yeah,
Is that only cup final day?
With an old school bottle.
Yeah.
A bottle of milk,
I
yeah.
remember.
Say old school, I still get milk delivered.
Do you
really?
Yeah. I live in the 80s. Play squash and
Where'd
get milk
you-
delivered.
Where do you live again? Fraggle Rock or something?
Norwich. So
Oh,
similar.
Norwich. No, yeah, it's lovely there. I love Norwich.
How much does that cost?
What, milk?
No, yeah, to get it delivered to your house.
Well, you don't pay for the delivery. You just pay for your milk. The milkmen were very ahead of the
More,
time.
because they incorporate the delivery into it.
Yeah, but the milkmen were ahead of their time. Electric vehicles,
Yes.
always driving around and all that, and
delivery.
managing to do all that while still having affairs with bored housewives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Does your foil get pecked by starlings?
No, it doesn't.
No, it's blue tits.
And
Where's
they're-
your blue tits?
And they're recycling the...
Recycling, yeah, all that sort of stuff, yeah. So you can get other. I get butter delivered one day a week, and I get eggs delivered one day a week.
Yeah.
Milk 3 times
Why
a
don't you
week.
just go to the shop?
Well, it started off when
Keep milking in business.
when you've got young children, you get through a lot of milk, and you don't want to run out of milk. Now it's just carried on since then, and I quite like having a milkman. I feel retro.
This is a football podcast.
Who's
Helen,
your
have you
milkman
got-
support, Robbie?
The milk industry.
Yes, I like it. What's another question, Helen?
Right, this hasn't got anything to do with football either. Jimmy Hamp says, for any of you, does burger sauce belong on a doner kebab? My wife says it does, but I'm saying no.
Burger sauce. What's burger sauce? Is that?
Mayonnaise and tomato sauce
Is it?
combined, yeah.
Is it?
That's Mary Rose.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Mary
basically.
Rose sauce.
I think it's
that.
burger sauce as well.
Yeah.
I think
It
it's
is.
right.
No, because they're
I think it's
different.
right.
They're different.
No, what's
That goes
yeah,
on
no.
prawns, doesn't it? Mary
Yeah.
Rose sauce.
Yeah, but I think
No,
burger
that's
sauce
not-
is the same stuff. I think
Yeah.
they just put some pickles in
A
it.
bit of spice, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it is.
I think so as well. I think he's right.
Does it go on a doner kebab? Yeah, of
Absolutely,
course
yes,
it
it
does.
does.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not as good as garlic sauce.
Ah, you go chili sauce.
I'll take
Yeah,
whatever
chili.
sauce the kebab monger is offering. I'll be like, if he goes,
Kebab monger.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
I think,
Is that their actual?
Yeah.
I think
Go
we
to
need
the
to have more
local
mongers.
kebab
Kebab
monger.
You get them delivered as well.
We're podcast mongers. No, I go to the kebab shop for that. If they say, do you want garlic and chili? I'll go, yeah. I'll just take whatever they think is the done
Yeah,
thing.
the lot.
They know.
Yeah.
What do you have, Helen? A falafel?
No, nothing. I don't. I've
don't
never
eat.
had a
Helen
kebab.
doesn't eat. You never had a kebab? Oh, my days. We've got to take you for a
I've
falafel.
Halloumi?
Very good.
never.
Halloumi
I have
kebab.
had it. I have had falafel. It's a bit dry.
Oh.
It is a bit.
That's why you need the burger sauce.
Yeah, you need the
Yeah.
sauce. Helen, what's the next question?
Right. The next question is Graham M. Howe on Twitter says, Tim, what's the biggest clanger you dropped as a presenter on Soccer AM?
Christ, I do 2 or 3 a week.
What about when you knocked over the cup drawer?
That's got to be the one,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
Yeah.
That has to be the one when we had the cup draw. What was that? The auto windscreens, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we did it like The Price is Right. And Yeah.
A man used to come down to check it was official, didn't he?
It was all official. That's why I got so.
I know,
but
yeah.
it meant something to everybody.
Yeah.
And I knocked the stand over. All the cards came over. Fortunately, we'd only drawn. How many teams we drawn by then, Helen? 2 or 3?
Yeah, I think we'd drawn out maybe 4 teams, so we'd 2 draws. Mm.
Yeah, and then I dropped them all on the floor, and I do you know what? I just still go bright red thinking about it. I was so
amazing.
embarrassed. I remember going to see my dad, and at the time afterwards, and he could barely look at me.
Really?
Yeah, because it was so embarrassing. But I don't know what I did. I pulled the card, but I pulled the whole thing down with it or something, didn't I?
Yeah, I vaguely
Talking
remember
about clangers,
Yeah.
do you remember when either Sheephead or Fenners punched you straight in the
Oh yeah.
Fenners.
wrestlers?
It was Fenners
That was-
wrestlers.
that was Fenners.
No, I tell you what it was. It was Aussie Rules.
Aussie
players.
Rules, yeah.
Aussie Rules.
Yeah,
What's
Aussie
it
Rules.
like getting punched in the cock on live TV?
No, it wasn't.
It was
He
in the
punched me in the
face.
face.
Oh, in the face. I thought
Yeah.
it was
No,
that was
the
when.
clangers.
No, that was when I asked someone to throw me a football, and they threw me.
Football?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And
I've got the two mixed
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
they're two. They
Oh, he
do.
punched you straight in the face, didn't
Yeah,
he?
Fenners came
but
up.
you walked onto it.
So let's explain that. All right, we used to do this thing where we were in the lockers, for anyone who doesn't know, which was an area where we would come out and do some jokes and stuff. I mean, loosely based jokes. And then you and Fenners were dressed up as Aussie Raw players, weren't you?
Yeah.
And you were pretending to hit us, and we had sound effects, but Fenners actually landed it.
Yeah.
And then it hit me, and then you said, I can't remember what you said. You said something funny afterwards, thank God. But he actually lumped me in the face, and I thought, whoa! I saw all the stars and the little birds like a cartoon come out.
Yeah, you stepped forward at the wrong moment.
Very victim blaming here, Joe.
Yeah, but speaking of clangers, I remember. Sorry, I remember this one time you were doing some work for the FA. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
After the 2010 World Cup in South Africa,
Right.
when we didn't do as well as everyone was expecting.
Well,
And when everyone got home, they made Fabio Capello. Do you remember this?
yeah.
Sort of apologised, do this like broadcast saying, I'm sorry we weren't very good in South Africa and we didn't do as well. So we're expecting the whole thing was really sort of toe curling and awkward. And then it finished and everyone was like a bit, oh God, that was and then he said, oh yeah, that was awful, wasn't it? He said, yeah, but it's not as bad as when I tell you that he did the whole thing with your flies undone.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't bother telling me.
No, I'd let you go with it.
Right, on that bombshell, listen, if you've got any questions for us, it could be about football, it could be about soccer, it could be about burger sauces, it could be about takeaways, it could be about anything.
Milkman.
Milkman.
Do you remember the time you dyed your own hair on the Friday night and it
yes.
came out a sort of orangey yellow? And you came in to the... we only had a makeup cupboard. It was literally a cupboard, wasn't it? The little small one round the corner. You came in and you just said, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you borrowed a baseball cap off of our runner. And it was a...
Von Dutch.
Remember it?
Von Dutch,
It was
yeah.
Von Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is that why you're bald now?
Oh, thanks, Helen. No, that's because I'm old. If you've got a question for us, go to our socials, which is at Soccer A to Z Pod, or you can email us at it's not A2Z, it's soccerazpod at soccerazpod or socceraz@dmgmedia.co.uk. That's it from us. We'll be back next Wednesday with the show.
Bye.